Here we go. We are live. We are live. Vic, hello. So, guys, this is my 15-minute live session. And I'm going to start with a bit of music. And this is a song that Vic has picked. And we'll find out why in just a second. If you wake and don't want to smile, if it takes just a little while, open your eyes and look at the day and you'll see things in a different way. Don't stop thinking about tomorrow. Don't stop, it'll soon be here. It'll be here better than before. Yesterday's gone, yesterday's gone. There we go. I'm not going to play it all because the whole idea of this is we've got 15 minutes and we want to do it quickly. We want to be in, we want to be out. And Vic, thank you so much for joining me, man. It's really good to see you. How are you doing?
Hello, brother. Yeah, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing excellent. Fantastic. Thanks for inviting me. I appreciate it.
No. This is the first. So you'll be able to say I was there on the very first one. So we've got Jessamina and Mel there on the chat. So thank you for coming along, guys. So first of all, Vic, why did you pick that song, sir?
Well, just listen to the opening words of the song. Just repeat those words very quickly. If you have it anywhere near you.
I need them here. If you wake up and don't want to smile, exactly, absolutely.
If you wake up and don't want to smile, forget about yesterday because it's gone. Yeah. Forget about it. Move on. You know, it's a new day. Let's get excited. Let's rock and roll, man. I mean, it's just one of those songs that has stuck with me since I first heard it. And I can remember the first day I heard it. I remember what I was doing, where I was, 1979.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Brilliant choice. Absolutely brilliant choice. Now, for those of you that don't know, I've been learning the guitar. And so I've learned that song recently, but I will be playing a song every single week just to start people off. And I will ask people to Vic, that hat. What is that hat? Let's see that hat, dude.
Oh, brother, this is the Audacious Tribe cap, man. Do you want one, by the way?
Yeah. That would be awesome.
Here we go, bud. All yours.
Oh, thank you, man. That is superb. Look at that.
Woo, rocking. Look at that.
That looks like we practiced that, doesn't it? Anyway, Vic, I want to. I've got a few questions for you. And so you're a neuro coach, you're a speaker, author. You help ambitious, working from home entrepreneurs, small business owners. This is all from LinkedIn, guys. Yep. Provoking thoughtful discussion, creating innovative solutions, and delivering success. And you're a LinkedIn trainer. So business neuro coach, life coach, shift creator, professional speaker, LinkedIn geek and trainer, and podcaster. And you've missed something very, very important from your profile.
What would that be, Ashley?
I'm not sure whether it's actually a word, but I've got setter upper of a empowerment group. Okay, so you set up LinkedIn Local.
Yep.
But you also set up the empowerment group.
Absolutely.
So tell us what that is. I know very well what that is, and it means such a lot to me, and it means such a lot that you've actually come on and been on my very first one. So tell everybody what the empowerment group is, please.
Thanks, mate. The empowerment group started about a week before the very first lockdown happened, and it was predicated on the idea that people were going to. It's something I recognized. People were going to struggle and would need kind of a place where they could get together, have a conversation early in the morning, and kind of set themselves up for the whole day. And it was an idea that I had of just seeing people's lives transformed through probably the most difficult period of time any of us will ever go through. You know, there's other difficult things that we'll go through, but we move on. But this is something that we knew was going to drag on from the beginning. Right in the beginning, I thought, maybe it'll only last for 3 weeks. It lasted about 3 weeks longer than it should have, and we're still in that 3 week space. So, but that's why it was set up, was just to encourage, motivate, and empower people to be the very best they could be, to grab hold of the day to recognize that they're not alone in this thing, and to see that there's people that are around them that are able to encourage them and just be there for them, you know?
Absolutely.
So pretty much that's where it came from.
Now, inspired, and I've still got my book, and it is a big part of, yeah, I can see it. It's a big part of my life, and you've definitely inspired this guy, and I wouldn't be doing this right now if it wasn't for you.
Oh, so awesome, buddy! That is just brilliant.
Pat yourself on the back, mate, because that is awesome.
Can't get my arm around it.
So, how long have you been on LinkedIn, sir?
I joined LinkedIn in 2009. Probably, if I remember correctly, I think it was somewhere the 14th of August, 14th of October, 2009.
No, that's amazing. And do you use any other social media regularly?
Regularly, probably Facebook and Instagram, but LinkedIn is my home.
Well, it does say that you're a LinkedIn geek and trainer, so I was hoping it was going to be your home. So that's good. Why do you use LinkedIn?
The main reason I use LinkedIn is primarily because that's where my market is. You know, accountants are on there, lawyers are on there, business owners, CEOs, work from home professionals. Those people are there. And that's my route to market, really, to get to them. So that's why I'm on LinkedIn, is because my market's there. If it wasn't there, I don't know. Maybe I'd be on Instagram more.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I got some lovely comments coming in. So guys, thank you so much for sharing the love. I'm going to be asking Vic some questions at the end. If you've got any questions for Vic, pop them in the chat box. If you can put a little smiley at the beginning, and then I'll know which ones are questions. So, but thank you very much for all your nice comments. What do you like about LinkedIn?
What do I like about LinkedIn? I think what I like about LinkedIn is it's not complicated to use. I mean, I can use it. You don't have to be like a rocket scientist or someone to be able to use it. And it's an easy way of getting in front of your target market, your audience, that sort of thing. So for me, it's ease of use. And the second thing that's important is there's none of the, or there is some, but not much of the inane kind of political, abusive garbage that you find on places like Twitter.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And we're not going to go down that rabbit hole today, Vic. So I'll spare you that. How often do you post content?
So typically Monday to Friday, every day. I'm trying to avoid being on it on the weekends, and I'm moving away from that again. So probably Monday to Friday, get a post out by 9 o'clock in the morning. But occasionally I'll take a week off and not go on LinkedIn at all. Okay.
And what happens during that week that you're not there then?
I vanish from social media. It's kind of a bit of a social media detox for me, and take time out and do a few other things, and also it's a time that I utilize to learn more about my product, my service, and the platform I use. So I go on other people's podcasts and listen to what they're talking about LinkedIn and so on. So yeah, that's what I do in that week.
Yeah, I do an awful lot of that as well. So how much time do you spend daily on LinkedIn, sir?
I actually did an analysis of it the other day, last week. I've been through all of my time on LinkedIn. I set up a spreadsheet and laid it out. And I found out that I probably spend, on the average week, about an hour and a half on LinkedIn a day in total.
Wow.
And that's kind of spread throughout the day. So it's not as much as people would think.
No, that's a lot, though, isn't it? I suppose when you think, people turn around to me and go, "Oh, I can't find the time to do it," and I'm trying to get people to spend just like 15 minutes a day.
15 minutes. That's all you need, Ashley.
Yeah,
that's all you need. I teach people to do it in 20 minutes a day. But when I say I'm spending an hour and a half on LinkedIn a day, that's throughout the day. I mean, I get up at 5:30 in the morning and I don't go to bed until typically 11 o'clock at night.
Right.
So
okay.
It's an hour and a half through the day. It's 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there. And that's the key to it. If you're doing it in 15 minutes, great. But it doesn't have to be 15 minutes, one hit, It can be 5 minutes here, 2 minutes there, a minute there,
Sure.
kind of, you know.
Yeah, no, like that. I like that. How many connections and followers do you have then?
So currently I've got 11,500 connections and just clicked over the 30,000 followers today. But I lop off about 1,000 followers, 1,500 followers a year. That are people that are not relevant to my market.
Okay, no, cool. That's good to see. And what is the highest number of views you've had on one of your posts?
Oh man, I created a post about 2 years ago, and it had 103,000 views.
Woo!
So that's the highest number. It was 103,000. I think the next highest after that was 62,000. So
that's phenomenal.
Yeah.
So out of all the guests I've had on my show, you're the highest. That's incredible.
I'm also the first on your show, Ashley.
Do you get so here's the key question. Do you get business from LinkedIn?
And the simple answer is yes. The extended answer to that is in 2019, I traveled out of Heathrow 36 times to clients around the world. And of that 36, 34 are directly attributable to my engagement on LinkedIn of clients that asked me to go and do training or consulting in some other country. So the simple answer is yes, huge amount of clients. In fact,
big time. Yeah.
All of my non-referral income is directly derived from LinkedIn. So if anybody says you can't get business from LinkedIn, tell them to come talk to me and I'll beat them over the head with a baseball bat.
Awesome.
I'm not into violence, by the way.
No, that's cool. That's cool. So what do you actually do then, and what type of customers do you work with?
So I'm a neuro coach and business consultant, speaker and author, and I help ambitious work from home entrepreneurs and business owners to find solutions for their business, to shape their future. And I do that by provoking thoughtful discussions, creating innovative solutions, and delivering personal and business success. And then in terms of the clients I work with, my primary clients are work from home entrepreneurs like you and I. So small business, work from home. But also that includes right now people who were working in an office but have to work from home, obviously because of the environment we're in. And then small business owners. So any business up to 250 staff or less, the owners of those businesses, the directors of those businesses, is who my primary target market is, my primary clients. But then I do work with multinationals around the world when it comes to consulting, particularly in the change management space. So my clients have included the clients in Oman who are in the cement industry, Saudi Arabia, guys in the air conditioning industry. I've worked with clients in Dubai who are bankers. In Malaysia, I've worked with clients who are in the water reticulation environment. So quite a host of different clients, but primarily work from home entrepreneurs. Yeah.
No, cool. And I guess working from home, you can relate with everything that they're doing.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's a relatable topic. So yeah, it's good for me.
And so how many hours a week do you reckon you actually work in and on your business?
In and on my business. So first thing I think to understand is that for me, working, most of what I do is actually time out. It's relaxing. It's chilling. So working on my business, probably 70 to 75 hours a week. But most of that time is time I actually enjoy.
Yep.
So it's weird to think of it, but it's kind of downtime for me. When I'm creating a coaching program for a client, that for me is relaxing. So yeah, 70 to 75 hours a week.
And that works for you.
Oh, absolutely.
Good. What challenges do you have at the moment within your business?
Learning new skills. Learning to, you and I were talking before the show about using LinkedIn Live. It's a new thing I'm trying to learn, and I'm not a technology fundy or whatever you call it. So yeah, I find learning new tech a challenge. So that's probably the biggest thing that is a challenge at the moment. The other thing is I love to travel. I love to go and see clients in other countries, and that's a huge challenge for me. But it'll come out.
That's not happening at the moment, is it? Unfortunately, but let's see what happens.
So we just got to change things and work within the environment we got. So yeah,
fantastic. And in your spare time, what do you do when you're not working or on LinkedIn?
So for me, when I'm not working, go to gym, walk on the moors. I love walking, so a walk on the moors is always great. But us South Africans, we like what you guys call a barbecue, we call a braai. So stick some meat on a fire outside, cook it until it's not even a good vet can rescue it. That for me is a good chill out time. Sitting around a fire, chatting with friends and family. That's good chill out time. I also love reading. So behind me is a lot of books that I read. So yeah, that's chill out time.
And they're business books, aren't they, Vic?
Oh, yes. But also, the other thing for me to chill out with is I love listening to music. So stick on a little bit of Fleetwood Mac, crank it up to full volume, and I'm as happy as a pig in mud,
We got Odessa's coming with a comment there. Look, she loves a good
braai. Awesome.
She's a friend of yours. Right, we've got some questions here. So we're already over time, but people want some questions. So
right,
how do you manage your time on LinkedIn from Paul? So I guess because you're spending an awful lot of time there, how do you actually manage it and you don't end up going down a rabbit hole?
So I use a system called the Pomodoro method. For setting up my day. So anytime I've got so if I'm doing a LinkedIn thing, or a training course for a client, that obviously doesn't count in that time. But I set up my time every hour. I break up into 20-minute segments using the Pomodoro method. And so that doesn't include using LinkedIn. So LinkedIn happens in those 10-minute segments. So 20 minutes of focused work on whatever I'm doing. Have a 10-minute break, and part of that 10 minutes is going on to LinkedIn, commenting, sharing, liking. But then in terms of creating posts, I use a platform called Evernote. And so, I might be sitting in front waiting for a client, or I'm sitting in the car waiting for my wife who's gone into the shop or something, and I'll go onto Evernote and I'll start writing things that I want to post onto LinkedIn. So I've got a continuous stream of potential new material which I could put onto LinkedIn, and then I do that in those 10-minute segments. But then I also do get up at 5:30 in the morning, and that's when I share my posts while I'm having a cup of coffee.
Great question. Thanks very much for that.
Paul.
Got another one from Odessa. You offer lots of LinkedIn service, but which one is your favorite to engage clients with? That is a great question.
You offer lots of LinkedIn services, but which one is your favorite to engage clients with? Odessa, to engage clients with, probably for me, the best is when somebody creates a post and I comment on that post, and then we create a conversation off that in the direct messaging platform. So I'll go onto somebody's post, see the thing that they've written, comment on it, and then I'll send them a direct message probably an hour later, hour and a half, 2 hours later, saying, hey, I liked your post. Great. Saw this there. This stood out to me. And then we begin a conversation from there. And that for me is where the engagement happens. So direct messaging is brilliant.
Fantastic.
I hope that answers your question, by the way.
I'm not sure, but I'm sure she'll put something up. So if you had a magic wand, what feature would you wish for from LinkedIn? That is a great question.
If I had a magic wand, I've got a list laying around here somewhere of probably 30 things, Paul, that I would want LinkedIn to do. But I think probably one. Kill me. I can only have one. That's like telling a South African you can only have one piece of boerewors or one piece of biltong. Paul, I think if there was one thing I would want LinkedIn to do is to make it easier to create live LinkedIn video. So we're native directly onto the system and not have to use a third-party platform. So that's probably one of the biggest things. I think the other thing is to make it easier to moderate the people who can and can't comment on your posts, because I get a lot of abuse, and it's nice to be able to turn it off and then block that person, but not just block them, actually tell LinkedIn about them. So those are probably my one thing in 2 words. or in
Yep.
two
Cool.
ideas.
And I think we've got the last question now. Ending up with Odessa. If you could be doing anything else, what would you do? I can't think that you would you?
Oh, that's so hard. Odessa, I love skydiving and I love flying. So if I wasn't doing this and I was able to, I'm not able to go skydiving anymore because of a break in my neck and my back. But if I was able to, I'd go flying. I'd be a fighter pilot, and I'd go skydiving every day. That's
cool.
what I would be doing.
Absolutely superb. Look, we've gone over. It's supposed to be 15 minutes, but you like to do everything in 20-minute blocks, and that's 20 minutes. So that's look. It's fine for the last. It's fine for the first one.
That's awesome.
So Vic, thank you so much. Last question is, what would you tell your 16-year-old self?
What would I tell my 16-year-old self? Don't allow other people's opinions of you and what you do to define who you are and what you can become. Don't let it hold you back from becoming everything you possibly can be. So that, I would think, is probably my major piece of advice I'd give to my 16-year-old self.
Cool. Okay, that's absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much. I'm back again next week, doing exactly the same with another guest. Was that all right, Vic? Did you enjoy that? That
was brilliant, mate. I'm learning lessons all the time with you. Guest is on next week. Awesome.
So next week we've got Odessa, and tune in next week. We're doing exactly the same. So she'll be choosing a song. I'm not doing any opera. But guys, thank you very much for joining in. It's lovely to see you all commenting and enjoying this. So there isn't any other questions. I'm just having a quick scan. Hi, Graham.
Thanks Nick, for inviting me along, Ashley. I really
no. Absolute pleasure.
What a privilege to be your first guest.
Thank you very much, buddy. Cheers, everybody, and goodbye.
Cheers, everyone. Bye-bye.